Okay,
Okay.
guys,
So
I'm back. I'm live. Make sure when you come in, hit the like button, so because I don't have to constantly ask you guys to hit it. So all you gotta do is just hit the like
they
button when
know
you
that
come in,
that's
everybody. For my
trouble.
7,564 YouTube viewers, I almost got 7,600.
You got some that's sad still out here that want to. That's why they do it there. But God, it's not. You're not even allowing anybody to like that.
No,
That's the
he's not
sad
gonna
part
allow
about
that.
all of you know. It's gonna keep coming probably, but you know what? You guys have it. Y'all know. Y'all know better. That's sad. All these folks be saying negative and they're lying. That stuff ain't even true. No, yeah. And they're trying to make my brother look bad. They're talking about Ricky said this about Diddy. You ain't never said that about them. I don't get it. I don't know what Cat and Gary are trying to do. Like, why are you trying to? What are you trying to do? And you trying to tarnish somebody's name that's dead and gone. Somebody that had a beautiful spirit, beautiful soul that Whitney really loved. Whitney really loved Dee Ward, and she respected her a lot. And for them to do that, that is ugly. That was an ugly thing. They must be angry with somebody. Gotta be. And so they're trying to throw stuff like that out there. People do that. It's no telling. They might be trying to do another movie or something, or trying to get another movie deal or something. But that's not funny to me. Not at all. That is not funny. I don't like that.
It's not funny for them to do that. Because, I mean, they already got the movie. Pat's already made the I Want to Dance with Somebody movie, which, in my opinion, doesn't really depict. That's not Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston did not act like that. They're trying to knock Whitney in her grave. And besides, the people that Pat chose to play Whitney look nothing like Whitney or Pat. I mean, come on, Pat. You wish you looked like that. Like, honestly.
No. Whitney ain't never said nothing bad about a woman. She loved her Aunt Dion. She loved her Aunt,
Yes, she did.
and she loved her cousin Dee. So all that stuff that year saying about uh Dee Warwick is a don't believe it for 2 seconds, and don't you all. Do not. Yeah, but Whitney ain't never told Mary nothing. Mary ain't Whitney. I've never even seen Whitney around Mary. Somebody's paying Mary.
Somebody's paying Mary.
Somebody is paying Mary to say things. Yes, gotta be.
Gotta be.
Dude, Whitney Houston, like, telling Mary. And girl. You understand? That is Pat's girl. That's for me and me. Hold on, guys. Hold on for 1 second.
Jumpstart dinner with Home Chef's microwavable meals.
Yeah, that's who Mary is. And she's somebody that I believe Pat is paying to say those things. Yes. I got a phone call tonight from my girl Tawana in California. She told me she saw Pat and Mary at a some kind of musical gospel fest. Like, they are so, you know what? Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna tell you something. Pat and Gary are so glad Whitney is dead. They are so glad. And now, I really, honestly, I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Everything's showing.
I can say this. I believe that Pat and Gary is they are trying to replace Whitney. They're trying to get in the music industry. They're trying to be around everybody. They're trying to get their name out there and do this and do that. You understand what I'm saying? And so he was on the phone with Tawana, and I said, "Wow." She said, "I saw him from here," and she started laughing. And she said, "You know what? I didn't know." And then she was just laughing at the fact that somebody was trying to say that anyway. I'm like, wow, like this is what we can do. Someone there's a job. There is no way I don't even go to that part. You know, it's a reason why Whitney stayed to herself when she was alive and she was out there doing her thing. It's a reason why now I see why she did not, because a lot of people say that Gary was angry that Whitney, he was jealous that Whitney made it and he didn't in the music industry. But I can see why Whitney did not break her neck to help him, to, help him with a deal or whatever. She knew. She knew. That's all they wanted from her. I'm looking at this whole thing now. I'm looking at Pat and Gary, and they're outrageous. Everything they're just using Whitney's name. Once Whitney Houston is gone, she's gone. You can't replace her, Gary or Pat.
Hurry up, Day Day.
But they want that attention. They want that attention from Whitney's audience. Sad. Hey, so sad. Wow. Get your own life. So sad. It is so sad, you guys. You have no idea. Yeah, well, yeah, and I think so too, Aaron. Said Gary had personal problems with Robin and hated Robin doing the nothing for client stuff. She had a best interest in work out. But Robin's not angry. I think Robin should have stopped that. Because I was pretty sure that it was, and I said to myself, if Whitney owns an offense, which you never do. See, that's the thing. That's in me knowing performance. You gotta walk, whatever you can do to me with my second. Understand what I'm saying? And you can represent me well and look and say those nice things about me. Always remember what you like. I guess you want to say stuff that next one. And again, so we didn't know we didn't know we had it. And then she turned around and said, "Well, let's be like that." Would you say that? I go to a like secret. That's gotta get for some fresh, really good. And I remember in your office, but I just know I'm a person that big boys. You understand? I'm big on this. I got your back, I got your back. And Mike did that. And that's me. And nothing can change that. Nothing can turn me around. No amount of money can make me start talking bad about you. And I'm gonna keep all the secrets that you tell me. They ain't going nowhere. I know a lot of stuff. I know a lot of stuff about Whitney, but I would never
tell nobody.
go. And it ain't none of that stuff they say. It ain't. And it's not bad. Not that bad. I'm just saying, you don't do that to people. You don't do that. No, I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. You gotta treat people just like you like to be treated. You have to. And I live on that, and I'm a die on this. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in doing people wrong. You don't do that. Yeah, loyalty over everything. Loyalty over everything. You gotta stay down out here.
My new book's also coming out. My sister's keeper. Well, I've already did the first 7 pages and first 7 chapters of my sister's keeper. Feats Miss Leolah Brown, Queen Miss Leolah Brown. One of my best Hollywood celebrity friends, and one that tells the complete honest truth. And it's Whitney's real sister-in-law. Me and Leola's like this. We contact and we reach out to each other over Instagram. Well, she messaged me some very love and support emojis on Instagram.
You know, just because for some reason happened for your honesty over there. You know, don't be around people, somebody for experience and nothing else. And it's how they make yeah. So it's I hate to see it. My class is like Tony Black Tony Black knows my I don't even when I go show some black notion. You know, there's no way I could do such everything that's going to put me straight back in. One lot to get everything you want me when you play. You can't let nothing away come up. God says you here, you have every right that the Father gave you to be here and do right. But at the same time, we gotta respect God and respect His earth and respect Him and be loyal to Him as much as we can. You understand? But I just lost my train of thought.
But no, we need to fight for Whitney and Chrissy. We cannot let Pat do this to her. Sell all her stuff, sell everything that's got Whitney's name on it. Her business cards, sell her Grammys. I mean, no.
I got so much I'm trying to say. Oh, that's what I'm trying to say. But I would never, ever be in something and then somebody tell me I gotta do this or do that in order to do this or that. No.
Right.
No, you will not have to
Control my life like that.
No, hell no. I'm not that person. No. But a lot of times too, you guys, y'all gotta understand, a lot of people been tricked and fooled into the industry. You know, a lot of people think people in the industry are wicked. And that's not always true. It's not. A lot of people have been tricked into their contract and things like that. So don't always think that somebody knew at the table what they were getting into. People don't know. Some people don't know. A lot of people don't know what they get into. And especially somebody like Whitney, you know, her mother had control over her when she was younger and probably signed her deal or contract for her. You understand? And then I guess when Whitney realized
She realized all the control and she wanted to kind of branch out and do her own thing. That's what Whitney did. She renewed her contract for $100 million. That was in 2000, I think. But you would think Whitney Houston would be a billionaire by now. She's been in the business 40 years. I know she's been dead for a good 11 years, but still, I mean, it's crazy.
you know, all the control
Mhm.
that they try to have over me. She didn't want that for herself. And I think it was too late,
It's too late.
you know. It was too late. They was telling her there was nothing she could do.
That's basically what they said.
That's right.
Once you get signed into your contract, there's nothing you can do to get out of that contract. That's the same thing how it is with, well, I'm not gonna say YouTube, but you're in a contract and you basically can't get out of it. Basically, is what I'm gonna say.
And she deserved that. She deserved that. She gave this world
For a lot.
everything. That's why
And
I'm
this one,
so
everything.
upset that ain't nobody helping me fight for her. Fight for her. She did a lot for this world, this country, and world, not just this country. She didn't deserve what she got happened to her. Jumping,
Meeting the hotel room.
Yes, Prince. That's all probably accepting an award. It's gotten so big, so when you talk, I know. Feel so bad for my brother.
I wish
I
that
wish
we
he
would
would
get the
get that
hell
away from
away from
his
his
wife.
wife. I hate to say that, but
Oh my God, she's like a fat homeless being. I wish she would just, and I hate to say,
I hate
love
to
it.
say this
No,
because I don't like to get in people's business, and Whitney's not here either, so it wouldn't be right for me to do that. But still, like, it's not right the way Alicia's doing, trying to do this whole Bobby Christina Serenity House. You know, daggone well, you didn't give Bobby Christina 5 minutes out of your time. Every time she called, like, Alicia rolls her eyes at everybody in the family. I'm just being real. She does. Everybody. Even Bobby Christina. And it's like, why you have to do that? Even in they're dead and you're still gonna roll your eyes at them. And you see all these pictures of her smiling in the cameras. Y'all just believe this. That is fake. That's for the media. But in reality, she didn't care nothing for Bobby Christina. She didn't. Honestly, I mean, I don't know how much she cared about it, but I don't know, y'all. But I feel like now we're going to start to get some more justice for Whitney and Chrissy, most definitely.
nobody's marriage. Nobody's marriage. I don't do that. But when you see something that is sickening, I mean, it's very sickening. Bobby needs to get away. She needs to get away and just walk away. Be strong. God will have you. You know how many times I had my heart broken in relationships? Take that pain.
Take that
Take it.
pain. Take it.
Man, I swallowed tears after tears after tears and cried. I know what it feels like to be in pain.
Evan Rachel Wood joins us now with more. Evan, thank you for being with us tonight. So let's just start big picture here, because for a lot of us, I think it's easy to look at this strike and say, oh, that's just how
For the Hollywood strike, it should be over soon.
we might care if it means seasons of our favorite shows are delayed, but other than that, a lot of people don't necessarily feel connected to this. Why should non-actors care?
I mean, they don't have to care if they don't want.
I think there's going to be a bit of a trickle down effect. I think the entertainment industry and technology have always sort of been in lockstep. And the entertainment industry is, responsible for championing a lot of these technologies and bringing them into the mainstream and introducing them to the general public. And so we sort of become, the test subjects a bit. And a lot of the talks coming up about AI and surrounding the strike, I think we need to pay very close attention to that and not write this off as this is just rich actors wanting more money.
Wanting more money.
Distraction from a lot of really major points being made in this deal that I think will affect other people in other industries eventually. So, I mean, the whole premise of Westworld, for all of the fans watching at home, it's centered on this idea of AI gone wrong, right? Do you worry about the future of AI, particularly in this industry?
Yes.
I absolutely do. And I think we need to stop looking at it as something that's coming.
We don't want robots or holograms taking over our television industry. No. Holograms have already been around for a good while now, but artificial intelligence has been around for years now, but we just need to when the Hollywood strike does end for all Hollywood actors, maybe we'll get better compensation for our streaming services and for YouTube as well. Hopefully, we will get better compensation because I have 7,564 YouTube viewers. I should be getting paid. I know I don't have 1,000 subscribers, but I'll get them.
Something that is definitely already here. And I am not an AI expert by any means, but I was on a television show that explored it in great depth, and I was around a lot of tech innovators and experts, and felt like I got to have a little peek behind the curtain. And what I saw was really frightening, and what scares me about these negotiations are the people that are coming to the table have their finger on the pulse of the future. They know what technology.
Sorry.
Technology is coming. They're invested in it. They knew that streaming was coming, and we can't negotiate for what we don't understand or what we can't foresee. And I think right now we're at a precipice where it's sort of like before we knew what the internet was and before we knew what that was capable of. And so imagine trying to negotiate protections from the internet when you don't even.
On these two for $5 guys, big goodness, you are choosing this give us something. Now I ain't gonna go, but I'll do it what you do too. Welcome to Chronicles. Pat Houston has been in the news for saying some very disrespectful things towards her sister-in-law, Whitney, and her niece, Bobby. On Christmas Day, Pat's daughter Raya went on Instagram Live and accidentally recorded some conversation between her mother and her mother's cousin regarding her mother saying some very disrespectful things about Whitney and Chrissy. No, evil witch, honey. Because since you're so far removed from the Houston,
Why don't you get that money back to Sissy Houston
why don't you give the money
or
to
Leolah?
Whitney to stay? Sissy Houston. Whitney
Because
Houston.
I talk to Leolah on a regular, and she deserves that money.
Well, try to tell-
She was not close with Whitney.
And she had a fat five that no one really knew about, which was Susie White and Kim Burrell, Sherelle Morton, myself, and Whitney. We were the fat five. And I say that because I have information, I have evidence, I have knowledge of
You would have really
what's going on
on her.
Okay.
This is going to be connected.
So I'm going to read an excerpt from an open letter that Pat's stepson Jonathan wrote to her. You guys tell me what you think about this. So it says, outside of the beautiful service, Whitney's funeral was a drag. Instead of staying at a posh Manhattan hotel with my father, Pat and their family, my sister and I stayed where we were welcomed at my grandmother Sissy's New Jersey condo. Pat tried to orchestrate my sister and I to ride in the limo before the service. We stayed where we'd been welcomed. Later, I was told how upset my father's stepmother and sister Ray were that Asia, which is his sister, and I didn't ride with them. Hogwash. I noticed there was a strange middle-aged man riding with them. I hadn't seen him ever. Now, during the service, pointing, Pat asked me to get raffles, attention for her. The same raffles that drove her Range Rover during Chrissy's funeral motorcade. The same raffles that was covering Ray J's head in the back of Beverly Hilton Hotel on February 11th. The same raffles that opened the door to Chrissy and Nick's Beverly Wilshire week for another cousin and I during Grammy weekend 2014. I'm glad.
I'm at the premiere of the Bobby Brown documentary, and I'm here with the man of the hour, Bobby Brown, and his lovely wife, Alicia. Is this date night for the both of you? being executive producers myself and wife, this is definitely not a date night. It's more of a
Celebratory moment
Yes.
for us. Absolutely. We're so proud of this documentary.
how cathartic was it for you working on this document? Oh man. So many things I was able to get out of my system, you know.
You're ready for the first day and every day after. Leaving school style. What's your difference?
Tonight, there is news of the unsolved murder of Tupac Shakur nearly 3 decades ago. Now, Las Vegas police tonight confirming a search warrant in connection with the case executed for a house in nearby Henderson, Nevada. Authorities not providing details as of yet. The iconic rapper was shot in his car off the Vegas Strip in September of 1996.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
These organs. And they were talking to both of them, and then Bob, are you looking at that? Out. They went to go like to the venue or something. They were going to do a show or something. And as soon as they turned their back, the people were like, he got him, he got him, he got him. But they were doing some evil stuff. And I said, I gotta go get to Bobby and Whitney to tell. They have been tricked. And I called upon somebody, I won't mention this person's name because I don't even know who this person is. The glory of, but anyway, I called somebody that I know, and they came, and then when they came, I flew. I mean, I left. I got out of it. I was calling somebody to help me get to where they were, and I woke up. So when I woke up and I told Rick, I said, Rick, I had a dream I said, you and Bobby have to be very careful because this was a message from her. And when I have dreams like that, they're real. And Whitney said, what was the dream? And I'm going to talk to me. So she wanted to know. And I told her, and she said, oh my God, I know who that person was. I said, you do? She said, yes, I do. And she named the person. So this is in the book house. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. See? Yep. She said, I know just who that person is. Mm-hmm. It's in the don't fool. She was not stupid. She was not stupid. Mm-hmm. She was a Leo, not me. Wasn't a fool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but mm-hmm. Yeah. Really?
US Cellular Prepaid knows the importance of staying connected in moments like this one. It's why we
Yeah, but if you notice when Pat was on Oprah, she had her head down. I was told she really couldn't look over his eyes, and she was taking her time getting the words out. But I want you all to go back. You know what I found? When she was sitting there, when Pat was sitting there talking to Oprah, I want everybody to go back to that video. Study it. Really look at it. Because as she's sitting there, in the beginning, she says, when she came, she said that the hairdresser with his hairdresser, on the makeup artist, not hairdresser, makeup artist was downstairs waiting to come up. One or the other, hairdresser or makeup artist, and I think it was, if my memory serves me correctly, I believe it was. She said that the makeup artist was downstairs. She sent Mary upstairs to check on Whitney to see if she was ready for that makeup artist, right? Because the makeup artist was there to get Whitney ready for all the things she had to do. So Oprah, to me,
Hey, it's AJ. I'm good. I was just wondering if I could come by and get a few dollars for tomorrow. Well, the thing is, I haven't been at school all week. Well, I've been at school some, but I just gotta get a few dollars for the bus. I got a few dollars already. Yeah, yeah. I, I know. Okay, that'll work. All right. Love you too. Bye.
in my opinion, when I think Oprah was screaming. Oprah, she when Oprah sat back like that, and like, you didn't run, you didn't do it. And then and Pat said, no, she said, Oprah did something like that, right? Right? And then Oprah was like, I'm not gonna, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm watching Oprah. And Oprah said, so Pat, I want y'all to go back and look at this. So Oprah says, okay, Pat, so after you, so when he heard the screams, in the screams, you heard the makeup, you heard the makeup artist screaming, right? And she said, yes. She had said that the makeup artist was up there on that floor yet. She said it was the hairdresser. But he said yes, because she was sitting there and being so dishonest. She was not telling the truth. No ma'am, no sir. Answering the question that was nervous. But Pat said yes to it. Go back and look at that.
She said
Pull that
yes
video up and
on
listen to
YouTube.
it
Go to Oprah's YouTube channel and look up what Pat said on Oprah was testing her. She was testing her, y'all.
carefully. Listen to what Pat is saying. He said the makeup artist was downstairs. And then so she went upstairs, came out the room, and she seen the makeup artist at the, well, she didn't say that, but Oprah repeated it. And said, so you're saying that the makeup artist was at the door screaming? And she said, yeah. And I'm like, wow. You didn't realize what she had said. To see that video was out. It's out. And every investigator can look at that and see. First of all, she said her brother gave her the tried to resuscitate her. And then Nick was on Dr. Phil saying the same thing. I mean, that was one lie right there. Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? See? Oh man, I don't see so much that I ain't gonna mention right now. I'm telling you, I don't think people are looking at that Oprah interview. Any investigator
Will be chewing her out.
in that interview. I'm sorry.
They will be like,
Anybody can see that. You see right there.
you see right
So
through
her head is
her head's down. And
that's a sign.
that's a sign of lies.
Lying. She can't look you in the eye.
She can't look you in the
eye. And talk.
And talk. That's
When
a
you're being honest and you're being true, you
look them right in the face.
You ain't got, and then one thing about telling the truth all the time, you ain't got to worry about, well, I did. You ain't got to tell another lie on top of another lie, another lie. You understand? And see, that's why ain't nobody saying that. And ain't nobody coming out saying anything on what he's behalf. Because they can't clear up the lie. And if they start being questioned, the story is, the back a few years ago, I failed. And I failed in parking lot. I was at lunch and I couldn't get up. So I went to the hospital here. No, tricked up. Because they got to tell another lie up there. So, back up that other lie. And but they ain't gonna never be questioning about it. I don't know the people. When this first happened, y'all don't understand the people that I called.
I caught so many people.
You've been called big. Like that. Y'all don't even understand. All these people that say they with us, they that understand. No, they not. No, they not. They do not. Nobody knows what it is to me. And it's too many of us out here that are afraid of staying. It's sad. It's sad when I have to go for the house. And but I'm talking about the house when things to be attorney. You know what I mean? When I was searching for attorney to step up, they do sometimes. Everybody's scared. Scared. So I said, okay, Allah, it's just you and me. And trust me when I say, Allah got my back. Yeah. So that's what it is. You better know it. Allah is real. He's gonna show you all that. Through me. Yep. He's gonna show you how real you is. God ain't playing with nobody today. Mm-mm. Yep. Big bad attorneys out here. They'll take other cases. They ain't gonna touch the real big ones. It's too much like right. That's way too much like right. Like the Whitney Houston. Because first of all, people just don't want to believe that Whitney was clean.
They don't want to believe it.
They don't. That's the sad part about it.
But it's okay. Sorry.
The Whitney is clean. He was clean. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. You guys, y'all don't know what I've been.
I don't know what I have been through fighting for Whitney. Me and Leolah both have been fighting.
Y'all have no idea.
My birthday. Well, you know, it's like a push, you know, sleep very good, right? We're gonna go my chat. Okay, they're day. It's too early to play. Or I gotta leave the hair with some one time. With worry, guys.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet.
We do have some breaking news to get to now in a different 2020 election interference investigation. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel just announced her office charged 16 people with participating in a fake elector scheme to overturn the 2020 election. NBC News Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ames is joining me now to break down this really significant development. So, Julia, what do we know?
It is significant.
What we know so far is that Trump is already been charged with 37 felony counts of mishandling classified documents, and 16 other electors have been charged in the 2020 election.
Attorney General charged 16 people today, a very detailed indictment. It's just been released. It's
Just been
coming on air.
released.
Still looking through these details, but these people are being charged with felonies because they conspired in December of 2020 to go before the Senate in the state of Michigan and fraudulently say that they were duly elected by the people of Michigan to represent their votes. As the state attorney general points out,
Yeah.
Michigan voted for Joe Biden. These people were going to sign papers, and they did sign papers saying they were elected, saying that they were the rightful state electors when they were not, and they knew they were not, so that they could go forward to the Senate and prevent a different outcome, that Donald Trump had been elected by the state of Michigan. One of the things that's so striking about this, and correct me if I'm missing anything here, but the attorney general had initially essentially let this to the DOJ and said, I'm going to leave this to federal investigators. And then this turn saying, no, I'm taking this back up and I'm going to handle this myself, expressing some frustration with the fact that the federal process was going too slow. Yeah, perhaps because we've seen so many of what happened with the election get bundled in with other investigations, whether it be Jack Smith's investigation into January 6th, which is Trump's fault every way that Trump tried to put his finger on the outcome of the 2020 election.
Tom Cruise participated in SAG-AFTRA's negotiations with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers and urged them to hear out the Guild's concerns when it comes to AI. The Hollywood Reporter has exclusively learned that Cruise zoomed into a June negotiating session where he not only addressed the AI issue, but also urged the AMPTP to support the Guild's position on stunt performers.
So there is breaking news. We just learned that you know who has received a letter from special counsel Jack Smith notifying him that he's a target in the DOJ's grand jury probe of efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Lawmakers are reacting. Let's see the clip.
Former President Trump has
The night before she passed, I understand, she was in Los Angeles, and as we all know, and she called you, right? She called you. What did she say in that call?
Well, that she loved me
Like she always did.
and things like that, which she always did. And she said, oh no, Ma, I love you so much. She said, I'm coming to see you. I said, okay.
Did you have any idea in that last phone call, though, that that would be the last phone call? No, I had no idea. So you start this book with the day you found out that Whitney had passed. Can you tell us about that moment? Well, my son called me and he was screaming, Mom, and oh God. I said, what is wrong? What's wrong? He just said, Nippy, Nippy. And I said, what's wrong with Nippy? Yeah, we all called her Nippy. Yeah. And he said, I don't know, I can't go back up there. And I said, you can't go back up where? He said, upstairs. I said, found Nippy. I said, is she dead? What? And I was getting annoyed because he wasn't telling me anything. He said, Mommy, I said, is she dead? He said, yeah, Mommy, she's dead. I don't remember too much else after that. Mm-mm. Were you alone when you found out? I was alone. I was a wreck. I was just a wreck. My dad, I'll see you later. See you later. Mom, come see her. Come say hi to Uncle. Come say hi to Jennifer. Okay? Come on. Say hi to Dad.
It was the moment that shocked the nation.
It's not over. It has just begun.
It happened at the funeral for Whitney Houston's only daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, affectionately called Chrissy by her family. And this is her aunt, marching right over to reporters. What followed was a verbal tirade that was, in a word, jaw-dropping.
I have information. I have
Evidence. It's not
It's not
over.
over.
It's not over.
Go ahead and listen. I'll
Now,
speak to me.
speaking out.
But that was all she had to say until now. In this information exclusive, Leolah Brown, the older sister of Whitney's ex-husband, singer Bobby Brown, is revealing what led to her outburst.
The surrounding.
Was
By
surrounded by
people.
people.
And
There's nothing for her. Nothing. Nothing for her. They didn't care about her. Just like they didn't care about Whitney.
It was widely reported that Leolah was thrown out of the service after she launched a verbal attack at Pat Houston, Whitney's sister-in-law, who planned the funeral. There were these reports that Tyler Perry threw you out of the church. Are those reports true? Not at all. What happened?
I got up. And when I saw Pat making her way to the podium to speak, I turned and I looked at Pat and I said, Pat, this is wrong. You know you're wrong for this. Whitney will haunt you from the grave.
What was wrong that was going on that you would say that Whitney would haunt you from the grave?
The whole setup of the funeral was just not right to me. There were, Chrissy has a lot of mess. None of them were on the program to be the pallbearers, but I walked out a little early because I couldn't sit there no longer.
After the funeral, friends and family members took a party bus to Pat Houston's home outside Atlanta. They chanted Bobby Christina's name when they arrived for what was reportedly a Sweet 16 themed party, something Pat Houston planned because Bobby Christina never had a Sweet 16 of her own. What did you think of the Sweet 16 themed funeral?
Of course it's bizarre, it's crazy. And it's the most, at this time, you want to do a 16, Sweet 16? Doesn't make sense to me. You know, a precious life was taken. And you have a big tour bus? Party bus? From your house?
Everybody okay?
For 5 months, Bobby Christina was on life support. The nation wondered what was going on.
You walk into her hospital room, what did you see? I looked at Bobby Chris, and she was just lying there. You know, the machine was breathing for her. And she was just lying there, helpless. I walked in shock, like, what happened?
Then came published reports that an unidentified family member had taken a photo of Bobby Christina as she lay dying and sold it to a tabloid magazine.
Did you take that photograph?
Hell, you. Like the rest of us, Leolah Brown can't get over how Whitney Houston's life came to such an end. Now Whitney's only child is gone too.
At some point, we have to wake up and realize that this thing is just too close, too similar. Mother, daughter. Open down, something is very, very, very wrong with that picture.
What? Yeah, it's a usable as a thing with that's the whole like my day going. We don't keep it takes back there. We're trying to
Oh, opposite.
he makes it do something. He's going to get on. Sure, damn. I mean, well, yeah, you think they need that? What you? Oh God. No girl needs to be left here. Be here. That's a lot of work. So. Probably big two ass listen. Don't get a fight. Oh, you say what? What are you saying? What? The ancient spray feature. Break one a day. Break quick. Huh? What you guys want for? Don't need that number you want. To make the thing happen. I'm trying to get back out of that five one that skis for my bedroom. Trying to get close to it. Yeah, honey, that's how I just right there.
Jimmy Dean breakfast bowls need the plant-based kernels and the signature taste we love. Get ready for the first tea and everyday outing. You can use one stop for only school breakfast.
We now know what caused the death of singer Whitney Houston. She was, of course, found dead in a hotel bathtub last month. On Thursday, coroner's officials said she drowned accidentally. Houston also had at least 5 different drugs in her system and also had heart disease.
Medical correspondent John LeBook is here, but let's also look. Good morning. Good morning. Well, I think we know that she had drowning, and they're saying she had atherosclerosis, which means that she had some clogging of the arteries, some narrow. And then she also had cocaine. The question is, how did they all combine to kill her? I think that the fascinating thing here is that somebody can have absolutely perfectly normal heart. She did a perfectly normal heart and have cocaine, and it can kill them by causing spasm and increased clotting. And there's an amazing stat that I learned last night that just blew me away. If you take cocaine, the odds of you having a heart attack go up 24 times. 400%. And so what about water in your lung and that kind of thing that would indicate drowning? Well, one of the things there's no chance there, so we don't know exactly what happened. These pathologists, I don't really envy that have to try to piece together this story. So you
Official autopsy results may not be released for weeks, so there's a lot of speculation about what exactly happened. ABC's Jim Avila is at the scene of the tragedy at the Beverly Hilton in Los Angeles. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Marvin. ABC News has learned that police and coroner's investigators found only a small amount of prescription drugs in Whitney Houston's suite, and now they must depend upon toxicology reports that are weeks away to determine if those drugs had anything to do with her death.
A victory for Whitney Houston in central Los Angeles.
And there will never be another Whitney Houston.
But as her fans look, there are still questions about what killed the 48-year-old struggling superstar. ABC News has confirmed it was Houston's aunt, Mary Jones, who found her in the bathtub and tried to revive her before paramedics were on the scene. Coroner's investigators know prescription drugs, including an antibiotic and Valium, were found in her bathroom, and they know there was alcohol. These pictures, obtained by TMZ, show evidence of champagne and Heineken in the suite.
is free and gives you 48-hour odor protection. The scent that goes strong all day long. And for cookies, nobody's coconuts per party.
Huh?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mine, I love Christian. Hi, I got to write. It's me. Click it.
Today, singer Whitney Houston was found dead in a hotel bathtub. Tonight, her daughter, Bobby Christina, is in a coma after two was discovered in her bathtub. But there is a key difference between these two cases. Today, police revealed they are conducting a criminal investigation into what happened to Bobby Christina. My Nightline co-ed Ricky Bouchang has more on that.
Theirs was a mother-daughter bond that flourished in the limelight. But 3 years ago tonight, that relationship severed when Whitney Houston, one of the most celebrated voices of her generation, drowned in a bathtub in a Beverly Hills hotel with a cocktail of drugs in her system. Tonight, family members praying for Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, who was found in an eerily similar scene at her home in Georgia. Tabloids had been reporting that Bobby Christina would be removed from life support on this grim anniversary, but her father, former R&B star Bobby Brown, releasing an emotional reaction to those reports, saying they're egregious, false, and will be dealt with at an appropriate time. Bobby Christina's aunt even speaking out to Fox, adding that her condition was actually improving. She goes on her eyes and we have a few more things that she's doing. I'm doing well right now.
That's actually sometimes almost a false message of hope.
But neurologist Dr. John Buckbar, who hasn't treated Bobby Christina, says in these cases, even eye movements can be misleading.
The eye opening in her case may completely be a reflexive eye opening, one that means that she has improved to this persistent vegetative state, which is not a great endpoint.
Despite reports of diminished brain function, family and friends refuse to give up hope. Kevin Costner played opposite Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard, which featured her signature hit. We see Bobby Christina in such peril. We're wondering if any thoughts to share on that.
She's sitting here fighting for her life, surrounded by the people who love her the most. I think nobody wants more than her family, and if she could speak for herself, to have a second chance at this most precious life that we're all given. I hope that God opens her eyes, that lets her breathe and lets her brain work, and she gets a second chance.
Ever since Whitney Houston's untimely death, Bobby Christina has publicly struggled with the loss of her mother. The family allowed lifetime access to intimate moments in the months that followed, including Bobby Christina's first visit to her mother's gravesite. The camera's also capturing a 19-year-old Bobby Christina drinking alcohol. Do I see Chrissy drink? I know, but I have to look out for her. Something that disturbed and worried her aunt. This behavior is unacceptable. It's now been 12 days since she was found face down in a bathtub by her boyfriend, Nick Gordon, and a friend, Max Wellness.
Cardiac arrest. 21-year-old female possessed taken on progress used earthly at the time.
Since she was hospitalized, questions have been popping up around Gordon, the man Bobby Christina described as her husband, a man who, for a time, was raised like her stepbrother. Today, police confirming there is a criminal investigation underway.
That's the way police departments should conduct their investigations. You treat every death that is suspicious until the evidence.
So,
The tragedy of Bob and Christina Brown and Whitney Houston finally came to an end today.
the 22-year-old was buried next to her mother at a cemetery in New Jersey. Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Frazier was there, longtime family. Bobby Christina was laid to rest right next to her mother and also her grandfather.
At the funeral home this morning, Dionne Warwick, Chrissy's Aunt Pat, and grandmother Sissy Houston. Sissy then, with her hands folded in prayer during the procession to the burial site. The actual burial was held under a tent so the family could have some privacy. Neither Bobby Brown nor Tyler Perry attended the burial. Dionne Warwick laid a rose on Chrissy's casket. Meanwhile, Pat and Sissy Houston held each other, sobbed them.
Plans getting finalized tonight for inside and outside New Hope Baptist Church in Newark. Parts of Newark, New Jersey's biggest city, tonight virtually closed off to fans. Access will be limited for much of the weekend. Eyewitness News cameras were there tonight when Whitney Houston's family, including her daughter and mother, said their private goodbyes at the funeral home. And on Sunday, a private burial reportedly at the cemetery where her father is buried. Tonight, police and workers preparing for that. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett is at the church with new details of tomorrow's funeral service. NJ?
And Sade, it may have been the most moving moment we've witnessed all week. Whitney Houston's mother and her 18-year-old daughter stepping into the funeral home hand in hand. Scene few people could have imagined just 1 week ago tonight. Outside the Wickham funeral home tonight, Carolyn Wickham
Hey, guys. Hey, you get chunky even.
Hi.
Bracken that I discussed with this is a range of lobby. She made it. And I believe she can get some music, some of the some relation. And maybe I don't even make it. Yep. Because they decided to rather and talk about but they wanted to make your trust to God. Nothing. And I think probably three bad enough as these things out. You know, I know like that. You know, that's how anybody who's taking care. You know, blowing stuff out and you don't know how this, you know. You know, some people can say certain things for the means of other people. It's, you know, people don't Jesus. Down with her, Jesus. It ain't nothing but me. Or you don't stay on the outside. It's just, it ain't going to me. You know what I'm saying? Can't be in between. You got to put all the things you got, and you got to really provide it for you. For me, I mean, exist. Yes. Reason to exist. Do what you got to do.
But you gotta get about lying about the devil. What about the old movie threatening your life? You try to come separately. Oh, you know what about that? Yes. To do that, try to do that's what I'm not saying you brother tonight, but it's something that I am here for.
Hold on 1 minute, guys. I'll let y'all be able to see the TV. I'm just trying to do some. I gotta go in a few minutes because we have to go somewhere, but I'll come back in a little while. I'll come back.
It's some things that I do, but actually, y'all ain't gonna let me. And the things I have told you that they are. Five, and I taught me. 13 of us first. No, remember, no, not heights. It's not that, I don't know, dogs and stuff. And I constantly in shop, and I, you feel that. This is what generates information. It's but as I thought around, making friends, things that that's right. You can talk my thing. You take somebody's I don't have a eyes. You take a life which you didn't give, if that person was trying to do this. God gave us our lives. Give us what's here, give our money, take somebody's lives. To me, that's just weakness. We stand here. So, anyway.
We live in a rich knowledge. We gotta strive to be more positive and do better.
Yes. I can use the world of being on the screen. I don't ever remember seeing it near that house. And I want to tell you all this. I feel it.
Barely came around big.
I lived with Ronnie. The honey thing. They had a lot of it way too expensive. I've never seen New York. Never seen New York. Business.
But how else?
Never. Never. I'm not saying never. I'm actually off, so he's saying, away from this language. Do you understand me? It's a lot. It's just like, it's just a lot. Just a lot. They don't make no sense. You can't just focus on
All of them make terrible things about reason.
you know what? This is what you are. But she found something. But she found something. There's a something to me. And she did it. That's what I mean. Then she just, well, assistant, to apologize saying, so that she was a wedding, sister, that her mother could not get. That was a slap in the face. Listen, girlfriend, that day too gone below 60, below 60s, I don't know. And she tried to be like, wonderful, be okay, below 60, about anybody else was. Very slowly. She was the little part. You're okay. It's a kid. So she was married with Alex. It's an uncle. So I stood and I was okay. I said something else. Very to come down. That was starting at this university. I do not believe. I want you all to look at this too. That we can call privacy. I want you to get it down. And so she's supposedly called, cried, and stay back, and then put it out there because she didn't really body down to only 200 people. I think in November 2015, and we need to come out. Next year, too. Which, November 26th. So that's when she asked to be on it. Really used to that big. She had been a star. It's another thing I wanted to say. When Neil Jack said that Nicole was a living agent, she acted as if Whitney was Mr. Thomas. That's what Whitney told me about Whitney called. Okay, and Whitney was not one of the individuals. No, she did. They said no. I spoke to Whitney on the phone, but she was shook with body. Yes. And I'm not going to talk like it. There's some things that I'm talking from the product. Right. This Carmen Christine, but she pretty did not like that same when she was in the movie when Pat and them four made a cries on the floor. Put that attic party. Wow. We would say, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. Why actually? Where do you call? You go through the food down the script. You say, no, and you say, it's wait. And the cost, you say, oh, if it's about 20, I will do that. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I did not do that. I'm sorry. Not on the goodness. I'm sorry. I don't believe that happened. No. You're not going to get coming concert. I don't have anything. It's just but I don't do anything. I consider to be able to get back on his job. And we don't want to transfer on the party. Because I guess I would. She was in some job. She was trying. She had all the time. She thought, yes. I would not, and she did not.
Martin's double deals packed double with regular beef and nuts cheese. Choose a double cheeseburger or a double cheeseburger starting at $2.99. Marty's and the goodness.
Instead, but not really. Sorry, I was not just done.
but I just, I'm not even learned from how to do something. It is not. Hmm? It says many pieces, what she went from herself to do. Plus, she was jumping me from, and a lot of jumps, so they don't work it out, but I was just, good. Game. Especially some time out, over social media, and they're all different. I was testing down, I looked at, I said, yes, she did.
Yes, she did, Kat. Quit lying.
Why would you tell a stranger down there in the line? And how did you know that?
They're going down now. Everything Pat said was lies and fabrication.
So this was like, I don't know what was it say. That's the first time you was a problem. What's the problem? Oh, someone's reading it all. Come on now, the messages for Tifa, says something. I got one of my name of Tifa talking the other day. On that, and the Tifa said, I made a lot of sense. Tifa said, you're not gonna be represented to that. Telling this person, call. Yeah, but I'm not trying to go back to the video. Study that video really good. Listen to what I said every word. Listen to what she was saying. It was downstairs in her mouth. Really believe. He was an exercise. Then she said she went upstairs. She came out of the room. Did what she did. And then she seemed to make up eyes. The hairdresser at the doorway. Over okay, so it kept talking over the music. The dresser, the makeup artist was at her door. She said, yes. What the best? They said, no, not the makeup artist.
The hairdresser.
The hairdresser.
She said the makeup artist. She didn't say that.
Watching this. Look for me. I already missed. It's a lot. Now, investigator chewing her out.
Investigator will choose her and
say, no, you don't think you need it. They don't speak. I say, which one was it? You got a video, got a look at the issue. I mean, like, revive me, look at how well, sitting down, and sending friendly. I mean, for going on and
it's
Sunlight. 15% on musical styles and instant prices. The kids' teas. I mean, was.
She had a closed,
She had a closed casket.
Which
And an open casket.
you know, she didn't, the casket was closed. I don't, I don't, you know, he didn't matter, you know, she did not have no soul, that's right. Why? Because she got company, she knows what happened, so you don't want her.
Right. Her casket was open on the National Choir.
You know why I would take care of her? But they could
See, the bruise is all over.
That's why. She had clothes, so they messed her up that mess. I think about it. I don't know my favorite thing for the it was either it was a man and you know this piece or either they had an object in me. Let's see. Looking at it, watch transmission. Yeah, right. Charles, you know, busted out of it. Big meals all messed up, scratched up, yeah, she had my shells. He made her hands, but it was like, pretty super. She had to. That's why they couldn't not be up here. And that's why that human dairy was running from room to room, getting the stuff around, put it in the other dogs didn't get all of me. Because Ray told me that people like a tornado, he over the garden stuff and water, he felt it. Why did you want to touch that room? Why? You had no son. Come on now. You don't do that. People don't do that. Because you're not something. There you go. Yes, you do. My God. You already know that. Whoever picked her like it. What she done? Something. Now look at you up. Serving all this stuff. Putting out perfume lights. This, that. Y'all putting so much. Look, y'all doing stuff that would be one even into. He's showing me true colors. And just want that purpose, that's it. That's sad. That is so sad. Y'all are ashamed of yourself. That's a feeling. All of it. I don't know nobody. Not one of them. And think that this kind of say nobody, but ain't nobody coming to me, ain't nobody speaking out against what happened to me. It's against the truth. Ain't nobody talking about it. I don't know what to talk about. Yes. Not that her daughter rather. Lord. Now we're done is so bad. So good. And that's me one of the
You are damn. Yeah.
you know. That's why so she had it done. You know what I mean? Yeah. He got me. I got my mother's creators and their white creator. That's my mother's. No, mommy like that for my mother. Okay, that has nothing to do with the rest of the term in this country. Mm-hmm. As it is. Yeah. Oh, guys.
I'm gonna show you guys something. Share my denture completely with just that you can make friends. Subject.
I'm a child blaster. Better not know about you. I better say clean. You better not come up talking about my mother wants you to do her book. I did get something out of my money. I'm trying. My daddy, my mother. My mother never let nobody say it for her. Not that over. You got that over. You got my mother. You did that. You did that. And she said, what you like to really good? If you don't hit it, I'll be on my back. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me to the one point. You're like good. There's got a plan to make everything sure. You know I'm looking. I know my mother like to crack money. Like you never do nothing like it. So I'm gonna be but dog, you know what dog, but stop acting like dog. Y'all what? You just scared. You know, the ground, you too nice and you think, you know, you got eyes, you know, you got good eyes. And we take a lot of people in, you know, I wonder about videos, but no one for doing this. But no one doing it. And then the first chance y'all get to take out loud is the weakness. Ain't no other entertainers out here anymore. They're not. No other entertainers out here. It's not that something, you know. That's something Charlie. You say something a lot. Go for it. I'm in the shop for my God. Because candy up, God. I'll take you things like you. You shouldn't put a lot of curse. Sweet. I'm not going to keep it alone. Sorry. Satisfied, anything right? But you remember this. I found something. My promises.
States after authorities have been arrested the man they say is the notorious Gilgo Beach serial killer across the country. In Portland, cops have announced a major development in another serial killer case. A man who not long ago was hailed a hero for helping his community is now a person of interest in 4 murders.
3 years ago, when wildfires were devastating the Pacific Northwest, this inmate volunteered to fight the blaze. But now, cops say he's gone from being a hero to a person of interest in a serial killer investigation. Just as the nation is shaken by the arrest.
Tonight, the Inspector General's office is opening an investigation into accusations of abuse and treatment of migrants trying to cross the southern border. Department of Homeland Security calls to report troubling and a true cruel and inhumane. Here, CBS's Nicole Marcus.
There was outrage when Texas installed these floating barriers along parts of the Rio Grande to prevent crossings. Critics say migrants could get stuck beneath and drown, and they say razor wire installed along the river has led to injuries among migrants. The deterrents are part of Republican Governor Greg Abbott's Operation Lodestone.
Texas has had to take unprecedented steps in responding to the crisis caused by the Biden administration on the border.
The detailed concerns about the operation's tactics are now coming from within. In an internal email dated July 3rd, a state trooper wrote, "I believe we have stepped over a line into the inhumane," listing examples. "We were given orders to push the people back into the water to go to Mexico," adding there was the very real potential of exhausted people drowning. He added, "Due to the extreme heat, the order to not give people water needs to be immediately reversed as well."
My first impression was, it's just barbaric.
Democratic Congressman Joaquin Castro is urging the Biden administration to intervene.
No matter where you stand on the issue of immigration or border security, there's a difference between wanting border security and carrying out policies that could lead to people's drowning deaths.
The Texas Department of Public Safety tells CBS News its Office of Inspector General is investigating the troopers' allegations, but stressed the department has no policy instructing troopers to withhold water from migrants or push them back into the river.
In a statement, Governor Abbott also said his operation has given no order that would compromise the lives of migrants. All of this is happening as the number of border applications dropped last month to just over 100,000. That's the lowest since the start of the Biden administration.
Many of them work as thank you.
Yeah, I'll be back in a few hours for my little while for my 7,564 YouTube views. Okay, guys, much love and peace.